What is going on, guys? My name is AK, back again with another YouTube video, and in today's video I'm bringing you my top 5 tips for main ARs in Black Ops Cold War. So I myself am main AR, and I think I play the role pretty well, so I thought what I'd do in today's video is I'd share with you the top 5 tips that I think are really going to be helpful for you to help improve as a main AR. So without wasting any more time, let's jump straight into it. So tip number 1 is going to be learning the power positions on the map and playing them. So these are things like maybe the top cliff on Crossroads or the back plane fin on Checkmate. These are places that if you can get set up on as an AR player, it gives you good control over the map and is a strong sight line for you to watch. Now, if you don't know where these are, all you'll have to do is just watch the pros play a couple of games. People like Octane, Formal, or any of the top amps that are main ARs too, they'll do this very well as well. And you'll notice that they will always go to the same positions for certain hills. And if you learn these positions and you play them too, you're going to be at a big advantage because they're going to be good, strong positions that give your team a lot of information and also map pressure. So tip number 2 is actually taking sort of leadership within the team. As a main AR, and if you're playing these power positions, you're going to be getting a lot of information that your subs might not necessarily see, just because you generally get quite a bit of a wider view of the map. So if you're playing these power positions and you get this information, make sure to share this with your team. So play the information, play the calls based on the information that you see. I mean, this might take a while to get used to if you haven't been doing this before, but trust me, it's going to be very helpful for your team. Now, my point number 3 is rotating early. Now, as a main AR, getting spawns is actually very important, and it's one of your main jobs actually as a main AR. So if you can rotate nice and early, you can help guarantee your team spawns, or at least help contest for the spawns, maybe communicate with one of your subs, and push it out together. And yeah, if you can flip the spawns, especially for the money hills, so the hills that will get you a lot of time if you can control. I'm thinking P4 on Crossroads especially. So if you can rotate for those and get that control nice and early, that's going to be very helpful for your team. Building on from that, my point number 4 is actually going to be communicate with your subs. Now, the assault rifles, they're known for not being great at close range. I mean, I know the XM4 might be a bit of an exception to that rule, being that gun is a bit of a do-it-all. But yeah, communicate with your subs. Make sure you're talking to them. If you're going to push something, make sure you have a sub fly out first, and then you follow up close behind them. These sort of small communications will actually help you win a lot more gunfights and keep you alive, especially on important things like pushing for spawns and plays like that. So make sure that you communicate a lot with your subs, just in general, but also sort of coordinate things together, play together, and yeah, utilize that teamwork that I see quite a few teams not actually doing. Last but not least, point number 5 is learn the spawns on all of the maps. Now, if you don't know how to do this, I have actually made videos with all of the hardpoint maps and their spawns, so there'll be a link to that in the description below. But yeah, learn the spawns, because a good thing that a main AR can do is they can win gunfights at very long ranges, and that means it's very easy to actually set up spawn traps and rack up a lot of kills both in hardpoint and in control. I think I might actually be bringing some spawn videos for control out fairly soon. They take a bit longer to record because it's a lot harder to actually get gameplays, being that less people play control, so yeah, it's going to be a bit harder to get them, but as and when I can, I'll be bringing out the spawns for control. But just try your hardest to learn them, just see where the people tend to spawn, and from that you can sort of work out how to spawn trap. Now, as I was saying, on hardpoint it's great just for keeping pressure off the hill, and on control it's great for actually sort of whittling down the enemy team's lives so that you can actually get a massive advantage going into the final rounds, especially on defense. Being able to push that kill advantage in your favor is very important. Now, I will end the video on one small little bonus tip, and is if you see an AK-74U on the ground and you're an AR, especially if you're running a Krig, pick it up. It's definitely going to be better than your pistol, so if there is an AK-74U on the ground, pick it up, and yeah, that's going to help if you ever need to push anything close range. But that's about it for my tips and tricks on how to be a better main AR. Hopefully some of these tips have actually helped you, and if they have, be sure to drop a like, and yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. Last but not least, if you've got any suggestions for videos that you want me to make on competitive Call of Duty, be sure to drop them down in the comment section below, and I'm sure I can get work on making some of them. So thanks a lot for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Have a good one.